приветствую. Чё-то думаю, почему у меня такие жесткие дропы сейчас кадров идут в начале. Потом смотрю, у меня American Truck решил на 3 гига обновиться. Так, ладненько. В общем, если я правильно понял, в Noire осталось 6 дел. Поэтому, ну, за сегодня я 6 точно не успею. Поэтому решил, что, наверное, сегодня 3 сделаем. И завтра 3. И нормально будет вообще. Так что поехали. В American Truck какие-то маки новые грузовики завезли. 100 лет уж не играл. Не перестал удивляться в последние 2 года погоде. Позавчера было 10 градусов тепла. Вчера были сугробы. Сегодня вообще как будто 30 градусов тепла. Что вообще такое? Я, правда, не уверен, что как бы после 6 дел будет концовка сразу. Но, скорее всего, да. Узнал, что 6 дел будет, вот. Что концовки не в курсе. Я вот, кстати, в игры от Rockstar со времен... Чего не играл? На компе именно. Со времен Noire, наверное, не играл. Я и 5-ю GTA, и Red Dead Redemption проходил на консоли. И там вообще все идеально без этого Social Club. Мне интересно, в RDR и в GTA 5 тоже Social Club этот сраный встроен? Так тормозит игру. Так, ну тут ничего вроде нету.
You can drive.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
The new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night.
За музыки вообще их
You
не
guys are ready to
слышно.
move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
Ну, здравствуйте.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Ох ты ж, ни хрена себе.
Do you have a name? Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family. Okay.
Они молились там, что ли?
Anything else? Be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert. Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved. I
Принесли.
think someone moved them after the explosion and
Да,
before the
вряд ли.
fire.
Вряд ли бы они все так
Explain that,
стояли.
please.
В такой
I'm
позе
almost
в одинаковой.
positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt it then.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved him into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Ну, странно, типа. Я не верю, что их сюда понесли.
What are they doing?
Prayer effect is from the fire. Muscles and tendons contract.
Жуть, конечно.
Find anything interesting? You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning
Я
building.
вообще, по-моему, не поймал
What would
никого.
make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert,
Куда он
check out the hot
побежал?
water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us,
Жесть.
Cole.
Как я мог
Find out
такой
what's
не
in the pigs.
запомнить? Может, это тоже DLC какой-то? Хотя нет, вряд ли. С поджигателем же имеем дело. Щетка для волос. Очень странно. Я думаю, это может отнестись к делу. Может быть, за всеми преступлениями в городе стоит изготовитель щеток для волос. Надо на улицу идти. А, еще подвал есть. Я думаю, здесь можно что-нибудь найти.
This is the flashpoint. The heater detonated with enough force to expose the foundations.
Неужели ничего не найдем здесь? Зачем такой подвал делать, чтобы в нем ничего не было?
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
Да без проблем вообще.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
Надо еще водонагревателя смотреть. Или мы снизу узнали, что он взорвался и все? Может, вокруг дома что-то есть?
I swear, this town is going to
You don't look like a fireman, son.
Нет, тут ничего нету. А, вот что-то есть. Инстахэт. Фарли.
Looks like the same model.
Что-то сосед там стучит. Ёлы. Ну что такое? Для микро даже вроде улавливается. Тут стук.
How bad is it?
Кинцо?
You can tell me.
Сгорели новостройки для ветеранов. Кстати, для
How did you
ветеранов
get my
войны
number,
опять.
Ira? At first I didn't understand you, but now I do. I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused
Вот,
anymore,
по-моему,
Doctor.
поджигатель стоит,
I'm helping people be together.
которого мы видели.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose. Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Mister,
Когда уже этого доктора в газовую камеру посадим? Так, мне сказали, по-моему, он с тем, да, поговорить?
going to church doesn't make you any more Christian than standing in a garage makes you harm.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Ну, типа, окей, но... А чё ты кривляться-то начал?
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. Their billboards, that Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Ну, опять что-то корчится.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
А тебе-то какое дело вообще?
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
Ну, сейчас он вроде не кривляется, поверим.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Ага.
I swear.
Опа-на. Это 41 размер.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere. Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Ну, типа вот здесь либо сомнение, либо следы надо. Ну, попробуй следы, конечно.
I think you're covering for someone, Foreman. Who is it?
And I think you are off your rocker.
Но
How can
не
you
факт,
make an
что он видел
accusation
его.
like that? What proof have you got? I can see you're the excitable type.
Надо было
You
сомнение
shouldn't
делать.
let your imagination run away with itself.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Поджигатель оригами. В Хеверейн оригами
Okay.
киллер, здесь поджигатель оригами.
There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
For Elysian Fields developments.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Но у него вроде немножко отличается. А, видно трипл есть.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me. I swear, this town's going straight to hell.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end.
Преступлений там не завезли. Не.
We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure.
Неужто что-то не
Road.
нашли?
Let's go. Shame about Shep. The arsonist has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Want to bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr.
Две
Monroe.
секретарши у него,
I'm
жесть.
afraid it's impossible.
Жесть он cool.
Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office. You like a cigar? Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs! We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation?
Вот с этим можно, наверное, запороть
Why,
на
what's
такое
to
лицо.
explain? I
Сложно прочитать.
advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
Я запарю по-любому. Я бы надавил.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecued, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
У меня улики, наверное, нету, да? А, ну вот, типа. Блин. Вот опять же. Вот эту рекламу, либо сомнения.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son.
Ну, я
You're
попробую.
missing
Собственно,
the
это может,
vital ingredient called proof.
может не прокатить. А вот снизу есть. Выиграйте путешествие.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes
So that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Блин, вот это очень жестко. Вот это очень жестко. Ну, я попробую сомнения.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, Detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense. The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Glad to be of help, officers.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Леон Петров.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
А чё, у них такой богатый офис, а нет телефона, что ли? Ну вообще.
1947.
А, о, есть.
Your boss is a fine man.
Whoa! Easy!
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
It's not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thank you.
Going to church doesn't make you any more Christian than standing in a garage makes you a car.
Когда уже последнее преступление-то завезут?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right. Where to?
Ну, этого чувака я хорошо раскидал. Все вопросы четко прочитал.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Come on, then!
I'm gonna...
Драка, драка.
We're gonna have to pacify these saps.
Come on, then.
Воу. Ты-то куда, уважаемый? Бам.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Это столько домов здесь сожгло. Сожгли, охренеть. Тут вообще весь район сожгли.
mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
I'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap. You got an idea, Hotshot?
И все?
Well, I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face still learns love for me in it. Give me your heart and baby I'll bin it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. I'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea
Он тоже
the
тут
type of people
замешан.
that are involved in that.
Видимо, и
I have a pretty good
начальство.
idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL calling car 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
Куда ехать? Не показали что-то. Странно, что там типа одну улику надо было с кирпичом найти.
I did, but I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
The American Century Broadcasting Company salutes our veterans and reminds you to check with your local real estate agent for exclusive homes reserved for our soldiers. Homes beginning at $5,000. Let's take a quick intermission for news from Washington.
Далеко ехать.
At least we'll know where we've been if we try to retrace our steps.
The funeral pyre is all set, but where are the mourners? Well, guess the boys will have to go back to Benny Andy.
Чё радио так плохо ловит? Атмосферник.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman. I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn. He's definitely not here. I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some
Let's
kind of
take a
problem.
look at the car.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just
Let's see what he's hauling around. Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Боеприпасы.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
I think his name is Phelps. He's part of that case, that poor lady killed by
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat.
На, это тот самый
Shit.
чел.
He's seen us.
Cops! Again!
Чего? За пистолет сразу? Бля, он
Son of
заложников
a
походу
bitch, he must
взял.
have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole. I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling
Запрыгивай
KGPL.
в трамвай.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue.
Что нам делать?
The 1110 University
Трамвай-то не
streetcar
остановишь.
headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Тот, конечно, молодец,
Seems to
да.
damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
Повредить колесо трамвая, что... А, ты будешь стрелять?
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him.
У него колеса-то внизу, под железо.
Keep it on the road, goddammit! Get me closer to the driver's cabin. I'll plug Chapman.
О, красава.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Напарник красава смог остановить. Ну блин, его так убивать. Я повязать хотел.
We have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman.
Привет,
Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big
Запаковываем.
45.
Когда убиваем, надо говорить запаковываем его. Упаковываем, когда живой.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember.
В смысле, не помню, сколько гоняетесь. Вы сегодня утром его из тюряги выпустили зачем-то.
I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa.
Ну что-то, кстати, если это дело завершилось, то довольно быстро.
I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Что-то, блин, очень быстро. Если оставшиеся дела такие короткие, то... Что-то же не знаю. Хотел сегодня 3 пройти и завтра 3. Возможно, сегодня больше пройдем.
Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore. He's only a writer. He can't really help me.
There's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
Так, мы типа больше не за Фелпса играем, что ли? Что за фигня?
I don't accept the
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay.
А что произошло-то? А где Фелпс? Почему мы за другого играем? Такое тоже типа в оригинале было, не в DLC?
There's got to be more in these files.
Я вообще ничего не помню. А чё тыкнуть-то куда надо? Я все тыкнул. Больше тыкать некуда. А, тут перелистнуть еще можно.
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss.
Ничего нету тут.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
What are you talking about, Miss Lichtman?
Да чё она врет-то? Нафиг ты пришла вообще? Пришла, чтобы врать?
How do you know that?
Because it says right here in black and white.
Do you believe everything that you read, Mr. Kelso?
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
Врет.
You expect me to
Нафиг она
reopen this
пришла
case because you
расследовать
come in
дело
here
и
walking
говорит
that walk?
неправду?
Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, not the phone number.
Чё он заигрывает с Тянкой Фелпса?
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll walk you up.
Ну, кстати, этот чувак более такой статный. Интересно, какие у него костюмы есть? Не серьезно, вот это в оригинальной игре это не DLC? Вообще такого не помню.
I could get discovered swanning around in those.
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lichtman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lichtman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Ms. Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
А что с Фелпсом-то? Куда Фелпс пропал?
Never get into fights with ugly people. They have nothing.
Your car,
to do.
Mr. Kelso. Thanks, kid.
Быстро переместиться, то есть тут даже не нужен водитель-напарник, чтобы перемещаться. Зачем тогда напарник вообще нужен в игре? Сейчас кнопкой закрою, что-то шумно опять стало.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners. Bulldozing and starting again.
Отпусти бумажку.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso.
Фиксинг. Я хотел, типа, 3 дела сегодня, 3 дела завтра сделать.
I'm
Лучше дела
investigating the
короткие вроде
accidental
пошли.
death of a Lou Buckwalter, and
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
looks like you do.
Да что началось-то?
I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
А что он сказал-то? Через дорогу где-то что-то?
place falls down and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
Такая надпись-то не посмотрим, типа нельзя использовать в строительстве написано.
Has that just been paid? Look about it.
Buddy, you dropped something?
Let's try to piece this together. That's not right.
Never get into fights with other people. They have nothing to do.
They don't quite fit.
Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Это что за чел? Он убить меня захотел. Что? Почему я такого не помню? Ах ты ж гад! Нифига себе он... Он и трубу может так разломать. Жесть он трубу. Что это вообще такое? Можно я его застрелю? И типа он просто уедет, что? А его не надо повязать там? В газовую камеру посадить? Что вообще происходит?
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
У меня еще 2 преступления вроде побочных есть. Но чуть не появляется.
Hi, Mac. I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since '41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development.
Я думал, типа Фелпс,
Milton and Santa
лошара тут
Monica.
местные.
You'll have to hop it.
Хилса вообще чморят просто по жесткому. Типа ты коп. Ты можешь пройти без взятки, чувак, ты чё? Он даже ключа не дал. Что вообще? Что это за лошара на главном герое? Просто вырубил бы его и все. А почему мне охранник сказал, что они типа со звуком не разобрались? Они ж не научились звук прикручивать к фильму, он сказал. Что-то обманул меня.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the suburban redevelopment.
И зачем это снимали?
Benson, he's vice president.
Это жесткие улики.
Fire and Life. Pleased to meet you, Doctor. Ray Gordon, editor of the Times. Doctor. District Attorney Don Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company.
You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity.
I find that those of artistic temperament are often of a fragile mental disposition.
It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true. But I think we could all
Это
agree
не планировалось быть уликами, но зачем подобное снимать вообще?
basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry.
Кто это снимал, интересно?
And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw them up fast enough, Ray.
And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public
God damn it, Ray. Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now, that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money.
The GI Bill is government money. There's a difference.
What difference?
The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Poor skirted. So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. It takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
Ну, типа, как бы... Почему это снято на кинопленку? Я не понимаю. Да мне придется по-любому платить еще 10 баксов, чтобы я мог позвонить. Он так не даст позвонить. А, все, он ушел вообще. Отлично.
Operator, I'd be glad if you'd put me through to police dispatch.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of
Вот нас
story,
хотят
Jack.
убить.
I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Lou Buckwalter.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9.
А где Фелпс?
Stage door.
Почему Фелпса нету?
Thanks for your help.
Фелпс хотя бы не тупой. О, Фелпс, отлично. Не, меня не то, что доставляет Фелпс, но тот вообще чел какой-то тупой. Как он работает в полиции вообще? Та-та-та-там. Та-та-та-там. Ща будет драка между ними, да? Не? Хм.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
Чё, не прям в переулке? Типа того самого. Стройплощадку Elysian 2 смотреть. Это где? Во. Он только что увидел кинопленку, где 4 чувака признались, что типа они во всем виноваты и пилят деньги. А он до сих пор что-то пытается найти. Интересно, как сейчас в Америке в реале с подобным дела обстоят? Прошло 100 лет, у нас ничего не изменилось в этом плане. Интересно, как в Америке на самом деле? Сейчас опять меня какой-нибудь чувак на тракторе начнет давить. С ноги надо, с ноги давай. Свет какой-то горит. Что-то было. Угу.
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
Вот эта лампа и светила. Главное, унитаз уже поставили. Дом еще не достроили, а унитаз уже поставили. Похоже на домик на испытательном полигоне для ядерных ракет. Да.
Get on with it. What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Let's put a few gaps in that side.
Я думал, все. Типа 1 на 1 будем, да? Я готов. Ну, я думаю, тут нереально было победить. В багажник. Сейчас Фелпс придет и, короче, поможет. Ну. Хотя он хотел утром встретиться, может и не поможет.
Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. We'll pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
Звук открывания двери из Моровинда. Типа так просто? А в то время багажники не закрывались, что ли?
Elsa.
Это было очень странно. Почему он, типа, просто не поехал? Почему этот чувак просто не поехал? Где-то пистолет упал. Ладно, я так понял, надо... Что надо сделать? Надо их убить или надо первым доехать до Эльзы? Я бы по-хорошему их убил, но у меня нету оружия, поэтому поехали. Погоня, где не я за кем-то гонюсь, а за мной гонятся. Эй! Разнообразие, наконец-то. У меня уже машина дымится, это нехорошо.
Can't you see what's happening? I'm in a rush.
С дороги, ё-моё.
Please, damn it.
Hey! Теперь я буду с тобой гоняться.
I ain't got time for this.
Ой, там еще одна машина. Так. Он за машиной, гад, прячется. Все. На тебе. Я думаю, они бесконечны. Тут, кстати, чел выжил, гад. Ох ты ж, ё-моё, тупик. Не, нормально, выедем. У меня там что-то колеса уже дергаются. Надо менять, пока не поздно. Cadillac V16 Convertible. Там Фелпс открывает.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
Ему пофиг, он стоит, смотрит. Так, ну второе дело. Можно, наверное, сегодня тоже 4 дела раскрыть. На завтра ставить 2. Потом в конце стрима что-нибудь паролить из ретро. Например. 6 дел сегодня не хочу раскрывать довольно много.
Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Webb's. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Ho, Boone. Weapons company. Sir. We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They could pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them.
We are going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up! First fire team and flamethrowers! Head in!
Один на деревьях.
Where's he going?
Where's who going?
The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order? You did.
Ну так-то да. Он же сказал идти. Идти убивать их.
Hello, Miss Lichtman. How long have you been sitting there?
Not long, Mr. Kelso.
You look lovely, Princess. You haven't exactly caught me at my best. It's okay, Miss Lichtman. I'm a big boy. I know how to take my licks.
Please, call me Elsa.
Okay, Elsa? What can I do for you?
I'd like to explain because
I can join the dots, Elsa.
Cole needs your help, Jack. The police department have frozen him out.
Look, you're obviously a brave lady, but you can't fight all Cole's battles for him.
I just wanted to apologize for...
You don't have to apologize. You were right about Elysian Fields. Tell me something. What was Lou Buckwalter's regular job?
He was a carpenter. He built sets for RKO, Warner Brothers.
Set carpenter? Perfect. If you don't mind, Elsa, I'd like to get a little rest now. I've got a lot more dots to join, and it's making my head hurt.
That's perfectly understandable, Mr. Jack.
Может, будем за Эльзу
I
сейчас
hope we can
играть?
meet again under less
Было бы
dramatic
так круто.
circumstances.
Надо было Эльзу сделать главной героиней,
So too,
короче.
Princess. I'd like that.
Это кто?
You Kelso?
Who's asking?
Peterson, Assistant DA.
You're in the wrong building, Peterson. This is a hospital.
A wise guy. Let me tell you a story, Kelso.
Can I get the abridged version? My head hurts.
You're a funny guy, Jack.
What do you want, Peterson?
A colorful character mentioned your name. He said that you might know something about...
There's a problem with colorful characters, Peterson. First they send you over a drink, then they buy you dinner, then you get a phone call in the middle of the night for a favor. Try rubbing shoulders with some solid citizens. They're the ones you're supposed to protect.
You finished, Kelso?
For the moment.
I'm going to run for DA, Kelso. The current administration stinks.
And you want me to help?
I'm looking for a DA's investigator. You get a gun and a badge and $120 a month.
I get $150 a month now.
I'm going after the Vice Squad, Kelso. It's going to get me elected.
I've got something better. How about Leland Monroe?
The property developer?
You think I fell down the stairs?
Я так думал, что за Фелпса будем... Чем мы больше за Фелпса не будем играть, что ли? Я не хочу за этого чепушилу играть. Лучше бы его убили.
Thanks for the patch up, Princess. Might be the only R&R I get for some time.
Вот странное решение, типа. Фелпс такой персонаж, он, короче, не сказать, что он крутой, но он тебя немножко раздражал даже. Но ты только к нему вроде начал привыкать, и он тебя перестал бесить, и тебе дали какого-то просто лошару. Зачем это надо было делать? Так, с преступлений нет. Поехали быстрым перемещением. Его даже какой-то охранник развел на бабки. Ну что это такое? А куда идти-то надо?
Remember me?
Jack, it's good to see you. You've caught me at a slightly inopportune moment. Can we do this some other time?
Back off, Curtis. Move away from the door.
Убиваем его, да и все.
There's no call for that.
You're smooth, Curtis. I'll give you that. You try to get me killed and you still manage to be polite about it.
Jack, how could you accuse me of having anything to do with that?
I want to know all about you and Monroe, Curtis. You give it up or I beat it out of you.
Get the fuck out of here, Jack. You're fired. Who do you think you are? Get out of town now while you still have the chance. You have no idea what kind of forces you're dealing with here.
I guess we've exhausted the passive options. Sit tight, Curtis.
Наконец-то он перестал быть лошарой. Начал действовать.
I want answers, Curtis. So pay attention.
Please, Jack. I'm not a violent man.
Вице-президент страховой компании California Fire and Life. То есть этот чел не в полиции работает, что ли, у нас? Мы, значит, были... Мы тоже работали в страховой компании, получается. Я думал, мы типа коп, а мы не коп, видимо.
I don't get it, Curtis. You're vice president of the company. Why take the risk?
It's a simple business transaction, dear boy.
Улик вроде нету, да, никаких? Но он же был, по-моему, полицейским, нет?
What is it with you people? How can you live any better? You already have houses, cars, yachts.
Greed and avarice are very powerful forces for change, Jack. Combine that with the city's desire for progress, and it's a very heady cocktail. You need to be a very special man to be able to resist that.
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
You're talking about the future of Los Angeles. You cannot interfere with these plans.
Information, Curtis.
Business people who have joined forces to meet the demand for new homes.
You and Monroe are going to scam those guys out of their GI bond.
Jack, you are so naive.
А чё надо-то ему?
Why the big payoff in the
У меня
book
нет
Walter
улик
case?
никаких.
It was bound to bring it to attention.
Who could have predicted this particular confluence of events? Elsa Lichtman as the beneficiary who spurns the cash, the brilliant but flawed detective becoming her lover, and you, Jack, taking their bait.
You buy green lumber and use it to build houses. How do you expect it to end?
Mr. Monroe has a fine reputation for building houses. What would I know about his choice of building materials?
Я вообще без понятия, что ему надо. Сомнения. Я все вопросы на сомнения нажимал, не прокатило.
Give me what I need or I'll beat it out of you.
It's all there in the case file. If you know what to look for.
Very neat, Curtis. Maybe I can't work it out, but Phelps can. He may be many things, but he is one of the best detectives the LAPD has ever had.
Надо было, наверное, сначала дома смотреть, а потом говорить с ним.
What exactly do you expect to find, Jack?
How old are you, Princess?
16, mister?
How old are you really?
Nearly 13.
You take love where you can find it as you get older.
Love? That has nothing to do with love, Curtis.
Some might find your romantic notions endearing, Jack. I find them very tiring.
You're finished, Curtis.
That remains to be seen, Jack.
I haven't told you about my new job, Curtis. DA's investigator.
Who do you think the DA reports to, Jack?
Get dressed, you're getting out of here.
He's not so bad. He just lays on top of me and grunts for a few minutes. He's kind. And he buys me nice things.
Get dressed, you're leaving.
She will only come back.
Что это было? Можно я пойду отсюда?
It's time to retreat, Jack. Live to fight another day. Get out of town.
Я думаю, больше ничего нету. Да блин, что-то надо найти еще.
What exactly do you expect to find, Jack?
Да я без понятия, ничего, я ничего не готов, не хочу найти. Ничего не найду. Но игра меня не отпускает. Просто сажаем уже. Что здесь еще искать надо?
Jack, you've made a terrible mistake. Get out while you can.
I knew you were in bed with a lesion, Curtis. Now I know why.
Ладно, пойдем в офис страхования. Тут тоже что-то не выполнено, но, по-моему, здесь нечего искать.
What exactly do you expect to find, Jack?
Может, с ним еще надо поговорить? Но больше, потому что нечего искать. Не. Ну, нечего больше. Ну, вот еще какая-то бумажка, да, я пропустил.
To get all of the stockholders, I need to follow the paper trail.
Your card is marked, Jack. You'll have an unfortunate accident if you don't leave town.
Your California isn't the same as mine, Mr. Benson. Not at all.
You know they're coming
Я
after
пошел
you.
отсюда. Я пошел отсюда. Все, мы все нашли.
He's stone cold.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just going up to my office, Barty. Gotta check over some files.
Take the elevator. First door on the right when you come out. You know the way, Kelso.
Какой здесь эхо от шагов. Реализм.
So, Curtis, what is it you don't want me to see? 34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
There's got to be more in these files.
Insured replacement value for the house is $900. Current value of the house and land is $3,500. Christ, how many of these dumps are we carrying on the books?
I have a Detective Phelps of the LAPD here to see you.
Have a seat, Cole. Where's the go-between? She's awful easy on the eye for a foreign girl.
Does that private dick petter actually work on anyone, Kelso? It's not your style. You were always a little more direct.
This is your dime, officer.
Would you have helped me if I asked, Jack? A little chuck on the shoulder, shot of Semper Fi.
Fuck you, Cole. Be a man. Why send a woman to do your dirty work? You're a cop. Why do you want my help?
I thought a PI might be a little more discreet.
I'm no gumshoe. I used to be an investigator for this company before your investigation got me fired.
Sorry to hear that, Jack. I'm sorry about a lot of things.
Is that an apology, Cole?
It's a feeble attempt at one, yes. Look, Jack, it's a murder case, and I need help to solve it.
So what's it got to do with Elysian Fields developments?
They're in it somehow. The flyers keep turning up whenever I find a domestic fire.
They're boosters. Stiffing GIs for deposits, making them wait months for a throw-up house. They're already making more money than they can count. What's turned them into killers?
So you believe me?
This is why you dragged me into the Buckwalter case.
Look, Jack, I'm sorry. But if not for me, do it for some of the poor saps who are dying. Or some of the leathernecks who are getting grifted. How about it, Jack?
I know you, Cole. You're still beating yourself up over that medal on Sugarloaf. The medal you think you didn't deserve, but you just don't get it. Nobody deserves a medal. It's just the ridiculous situation you find yourself in and how you react to it. You think you failed up on that hill. But courage isn't a tap you can turn on or off. Courage isn't permanent. It's a tenuous and fickle thing. Courage and cowardice exist in every man. Get over it.
You got it off your chest.
I guess I have.
Can you help me, Jack?
I'm thinking about it.
Просто возьми пленку с киностудии и все. Тебе больше ничего не нужно. Hall of Records. Это мы не тут люстру уронили? Да, по-моему, здесь.
Hello there. You need some help there, sir?
The land registry office. Where is it?
Just up the stairs.
Thanks.
Я чуть не совсем понял, куда идти. Land Registry Office. Вот.
I'd like to see the company details of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Certainly, sir. Just this way.
All those suburban sons of bitches ought to be listed in here.
А мне на что тыкнуть-то надо вообще? На какую из столбиков? Блин. О, ну хоть закончились, ладно. Во, фонд развития пригородов.
Courtney, for God's sake, what's he got to do with this? I'd like information on a plot of land.
Okay, do you have the address?
Not exactly. It's a new lot. I have the coordinates. 34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
All right, that makes it a bit more difficult. Come with me. I believe that is in the Wilshire area. Here.
.34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
Так быстро крутит. Вот.
The lot number's 1876988.
Unfortunately, that is just the beginning. We have at least 1 million lot numbers in the Los Angeles area. Registrations are in alphabetical order. You need to convert your lot number to a letter.
How do I do that?
Over here. Use this
Что так
adding machine.
сложно?
There are 90,000 entries to a book, so divide your lot number by 90,000.
А какой номер-то? Так, калькулятор. Калькулятор нам поможет. Шесть, 9, 8, 8. Разделить на 90 вроде тысяч, да? Какая-то хрень получается. 20.855. Если я вообще правильно делаю.
1876988 divided by
90,000, yes.
Блин, чувак, повтори. Зачем я сам считал на калькуляторе? Может, у меня сохранилось в память? О, сохранилось. Так, 187, 6988. У них какой-то калькулятор.
1,876,988 divided by 90,000.
Ну я что сделал? У них типа калькуляторы какие-то другие, что ли? Я случайно не С нажал? Ну да, 20.
20.
A starts at 0, so you want to add 1 to your number.
21.
That number is your letter of the alphabet. Once you have the letter, find the right aisle. You are in business.
You do this every day?
21 это У. Так.
Let's see what the site is worth to them. $1,876,988. The book value is $350. With the new home in place, the improved value of the property is $3,500. They can make a killing. But how do they pull it off?
Ей, перестрелка.
Know why I plumbed for the caddy? The extra trunk space.
One thing you learn in the war, boys. You do your talking once the smoke clears. Roll out the guns.
Красиво было.
I need a word, Courtney.
That's okay, Jack. You didn't need to come all the way down.
It's
here.
important, Courtney.
How can I help?
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
What are you talking about?
Don't fuck with me, Courtney!
Jack, I swear, I don't know what you're talking about.
How does your name appear as one of the investors in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
You're out of your mind.
I was down at the Hall of Records checking on a property company called Elysian Fields Developments. Their funding comes from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Seriously, Jack, I have no idea.
Your name is there, Courtney, with some pretty interesting company. The mayor, the district attorney, some dirty cops, and your buddy, Dr. Harlan Fontaine.
Dr. Fontaine?
Spill it, Courtney. I want all of it. Fontaine and the rest.
Fontaine took the morphine off our hands. Look, Jack, I know you said to get rid of it, but it's okay. I did something good for once. He reinvested the money for us. That's it. That's what's happening. They're building houses for GIs, Jack. I turned a mistake into something beneficial, something that's going to help out the guys.
Courtney, they're building matchstick houses. They're going to burn them for the insurance money. They'll probably stiff the poor bastards for the deposits.
Please, Jack. Say it isn't so. Harlan's a doctor. A good one. He helps out a lot of people.
Looks like he's helping himself, Courtney. You're the fall guy.
Не закончилось еще дело.
Who's asking?
Leland Monroe.
I was wondering when you'd get around to calling.
I'd like to meet with you, Mr. Kelso.
I bet you would, Mr. Monroe. But I value my skin highly enough to not want to meet with you. Why don't you just send some more of your boys around and we'll have a nice cup of tea?
You realize that I could make you a very wealthy man, Mr. Kelso.
Better than $220 a month?
You're a very witty man, Kelso. Substantially better.
I'm going to have to let it slide, Mr. Monroe.
Are you haggling with me, Jack?
I might be.
Come around to my place at 9. 5164 Santa Monica Boulevard. You'll come?
I might.
Заряженным пистолетом он придет. Всех сейчас положим. И Фелпс, нужна подмога. Выезжаем.
I appreciate the help, all of you. We can reminisce
Нифига
later.
себе он подмогу
I want a
вызвал.
minimum of noise and no prisoners.
No prisoners? This isn't Pelelu, Jack.
These guys are grifting GIs. That's what they do for a living.
It's okay, Jack. We all feel the same way. Just hasn't turned out quite the way we imagined.
Let's get it done. Teams of 2 at the ready.
С толпу головорезов с собой взял каких-то. Это прям уже какая-то мафия и новое. А почему все с ружьями, а я один с пистолетом? Наши вроде все живы, да?
All right, man, hold the perimeter. I got personal business with Mr. Leland Monroe.
Как мы всех положили, а?
You're surrounded and your buddies are dead.
Даже показалось, что это Фелпс в начале. Нет, не похож.
There it is!
И что ты дробовик-то выкинул? О, вот это секретарша. Что? Ну это ты зря,
You're a
конечно.
very sweet-looking girl to be holding such a big gun.
I know how to use it, mister.
I'm sure you do. So how about pointing it over there in the direction of Hollywood instead of at me, Princess?
You're quite the wise guy.
I don't normally shoot women, Princess. How about putting the cannon down?
Надо выстрелить было ей в лицо.
I didn't think you had the guts, sweetheart. I was never very good at reading women. Monroe! Where are you, damn it?
Чем-то напоминает миссию из «Мафии» первой в особняке. Да что я попасть-то не могу? Прям особняк один в один, как в «Мафии». Сейф такой же еще в конце.
That's my opening negotiating position.
Oh, you crazy son of a bitch! How did you get in here? I'm bleeding to death. Get me a doctor.
I thought I had an invitation, Monroe. Your boys outside were certainly expecting me. That's my second offer.
You sadistic bastard! What do you want?
I'm going to take a look around, Monroe. Then I want you to tell me what you know about the mayor and those Trojan houses that you're building.
Может, просто сразу его вы... Нет, пистолет убрал.
That's a hell of a payroll. I'm guessing Benson's portfolio is only a fraction the size of yours, Monroe.
А наверх можно? Да.
Smart. Keep the dirt on Fontaine under lock and key. This is your insurance.
Кинцо. Газетное.
The Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Remind me what they say about absolute power, Monroe.
Fuck you, Jack. Call me an ambulance already.
Ну, гол кинцо смотреть.
Dr. Fontaine, I need to speak with you urgently.
Sit down. Please, sit down.
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
It's the fund we are using to channel money into the development of new houses.
Why is my name on the board of managers?
Technically, you are a major contributor. Please, Courtney.
Those houses are a sham, Doctor. They're gonna be burned for the insurance.
That's a scandalous allegation, Courtney. Do you have any proof?
Jack Kelso, an investigator for California Fire and Life, has seen them. He was almost killed when he found out what was going on.
I don't know what to say. I feel that I have been duped. Who do you think is behind this subterfuge?
Jack says it's a property developer named Monroe. He said it goes all the way to the mayor.
You cannot have believed
Он
that
сейчас
I
ему вколет что-то?
I don't know what to believe anymore, Doctor. I hope that you weren't the bull.
Thank you for your trust, dear boy. Still, Courtney. All of your troubles are finally over. Let them go. Let them drift away.
Я на самом деле очень долго думал, что тот чувак как раз при делах, которого сейчас вырубили. Видимо, вообще не в курсе был. Ну чё, Монро, поговорим? Нет, не будем говорить. Больше ничего нет. Ну вот разве что книга вот эта.
Some sold up. The others obviously didn't know the links these sons of bitches would go to.
It can't be stopped, Kelso. There's too much money at stake.
Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, Monroe. Ask the Emperor of Japan.
Have some fucking mercy!
Operator, put me through to Phelps, arson squad. Yeah, Biggs, it's Jack. I'm at Monroe's. He's in a talkative mood. If you get here in a hurry, you might get something before he bleeds to death. Elsa.
Oh, thank God.
Where? Fontaine. Dead? Former patient.
So that crazy son of a bitch finally came back for a checkup.
It's Monroe. He's raving.
You want information, cocksucker. You get me some medical help.
I've got to go, Herschel. Monroe's negotiating again. Do you want my final offer, Leland? Tell me how I find the guy who has Elsa.
Not Casey. He did whatever Fontaine asked. He had some kind of power over him. He did all the fires and then he went off the rails. I don't have a fucking name! He worked as a bug sprayer. Get me a goddamn doctor!
Но он сейчас может сам... Он сам может... Блин, у тебя телефон 2 метра. Позвони сам, лол. Сейчас сам позвоню. Нормально. Хотя я бы на стороне этого чувака убил его. Странно оставлю. Свидетелем. Так, ну дела-то вообще коротенькие пошли. Ну, завтра тогда 1 или 2 дела оставим. Скорее всего 2, вот это, возможно, последнее сегодня. Просто вечерком пароль что-нибудь. Добьем Нуара завтра.
Jack has a legion and its cronies running scared. We go after the doctor and some of the other guys.
With the whole department breathing down our necks.
It's time for action, Herschel. It's time for change. Jack's crossed the Rubicon, and we have to be on the other side ready to help.
Christ, what was that?
Чё?
Something big.
Атомная бомба, что ли?
You think those Rusky sons of bitches that dropped the H-bomb on us?
Calm down, Herschel. We need to be ready for the call.
I'm not waiting for an invitation. Get in the car and head for the cloud. KGPL can give us the details on the way.
Слушай, вот этот последний сделал на сегодня. Добьем завтра. Возможно, это, кстати, DLC. Нет, по-любому DLC. Но такое я бы запомнил.
We have looters around the corner. Cuff them or put them down. We need to get this area under control.
Cops, you little prick! Get that bastard cold! Now ain't the time to be looking for a profit, asshole!
Короче, он стреляет, что я буду? Задерживать его, что ли? Пошли они нафиг. Он сам начал стрелять.
Commander will want us at the scene. Let's go.
Jesus. I've never seen nothing like this.
I wish I could say the same. It's like a bomb's gone off. Jesus Christ. Poor people.
We gotta find out what went down.
What in God's name happened here?
Wasn't nuclear. If it was, we'd all be dead from the radiation.
That's reassuring. What's radiation?
Everyone inside the factory was vaporized. I mean, look at the size of that crater.
What's going on over there?
The mayor is going on television, appealing for calm.
Television? We're gonna afford one of those things.
Anything to go on?
You're looking at the remains of Nicholson electroplating. I have an idea of what might have caused the explosion, but I'm only guessing. Have a look around the rubble, see if you come up with anything.
Worlds turn upside down.
Then it's time for us to do our jobs.
Vaporized. Oh, brother.
Я хотел руку осмотреть. Можно я в кадре пробегусь? На мэра хоть посмотреть, как он выглядит.
Well, good. Thank you very much, son. I think it went okay.
Couple of hiccups, sir,
We
but
should
that's
search
to be
around the edges of the
expected.
crater, see what the
Nobody's ever
blast
done this
caused up.
before. Get better with practice.
That maybe goes for me too, son. Should have played it a little more somber. What do you think, son?
Я без понятия, что в этом мусоре можно найти.
Across as very resolute.
41-й? Ну-ка.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Да, это может быть связано с делом. Если это 41-й, это может быть связано с делом.
I thought Forvix was a tough break.
Hey, detective! I think I got something here.
Any idea what this is?
Very large egg cup? A Viking helmet? How would I know, Phelps? Try putting it back together.
Какая-то
Looks to me
бомба.
like some kind of machine component. An airplane part, maybe.
Мне кажется, это часть бомбы какой-то.
this is any use to us.
Чё это?
I doubt it.
Phelps, I think I found something over here.
Угу.
Looks like all that's left. Try the launder tag.
Detective, you seen this yet? Come take a look.
Blew the locker open, but shielded the contents. Let's see what we got in here.
Камеры какой-то скрытый. Шпионский
Only
фотоаппарат.
OSS agents use these things. We'll need to get the film developed to see if there's an espionage angle. Any ideas, Herschel?
None that I care to utter for public consumption.
Забрал такой.
Tomoko Akamoto. Japanese name.
What is it?
A substitution cipher. The Germans used them in the war. These are cipher rings.
You know what to do with them?
Maybe. I used them in OCS.
А я-то не умею.
These first letters are the cipher key. The rest of the message should align itself.
Чё? Не покажется первая буква шифра? Какая первая буква шифра? Можно я циферки поверчу? А 133 это как понять? Я не понимаю вообще, как это говно разгадать. Можно я забью на это? Пойдем лучше позвоним до прачечной. Надеюсь, эта улика не важна. Телефон что так далеко?
They could make a claim to the department.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247.
detective.
Can you speak to someone at the Army Air Force Base for me, please?
Of course, detective.
Tell them I have what I believe is an aircraft part. It's polished metal, light for its size. It looks like a cone of some sort. It's stamped on the inside. P&W Wasp Major R4360.
I'll get back to you, detective, when you check in for messages. Anything else?
I need an address for Superior Laundry Services.
Closest store to your location is in Wilshire, 4766 Melrose Avenue.
Thanks for your help. Can you drive to this one?
So where do you want to go?
Надо что-то с этим шифром, я думаю, будет делать. Но я что-то вообще смысла в нем не понял.
That's him. That's the cop. He tried to poke me in the nose.
What do you need?
Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We have one of your laundry tags. Can you tell us who it might belong to?
Are you kidding? I got work to do, Mac. Here's the customer book. Knock yourself out.
Какой неуважительный мужчина.
Number was J2620, Cole.
Who is Hangstrom?
Could be someone else from the factory. Does he have an address?
No. Dead end. Thank you for all your help, sir. Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, detective?
I need an address for an Oscar Hangstrom.
Checking. No residential listing for anyone by that name, detective. Sorry.
Thanks for your help.
Ничего не узнали. Остается только шифр. Я вообще без понятия, как его разгадать.
You're behind the wheel.
Capitol Hill in Washington is again the nation's focal point as the
Там такой жесткий шифр. Непонятный абсолютно. Фелпс, в чем твоя проблема? Я не понимаю, что это значит, типа, HK. 133 тут при чем вообще? И оно что-то перестало вертеться. У меня вертелась отдельно вот эта хрень. Теперь она не вертится вроде. У меня только вот эти две вертятся теперь. Ну что за нафиг? Наружная же крутилась типа отдельно. Почему она больше не крутится? Я вообще не понимаю смысла этого пазла. Как я крутил наружный отдельно от всех? Я не осилил, наверное, пазл. Мы не можем вот этого чувака пробить, например. Пленку проявить. Почему надо именно вот это говно раскручивать? Что значит выбрать? Типа, как я могу выбрать? Они не выбираются. Ну вот H первое. H. Цифры вообще больше не вертятся отдельно. Ну тут К первое. Я хз, что надо. Не, короче, я сдаюсь. Я тупо не понимаю смысла этого пазла. Как тебя найти-то вообще? Игра, главное, ничего не подсказывает. К и H ставится. Это как я сделал, да? Крутишь верхнее кольцо медленно, останавливая на каждой улице. Чё? Чего? Я ничего не понял. Чего? И типа вырисовывается слева сверху название улицы? Что? Как это работает, я не понимаю. Да фу. Да фук, как это работает? Я б не допер. Я даже с подсказкой не допер, как это работает. А, я допер, кажется. Я, кажется, допер. Только я не понял, что такое 133. Возможно, типа вот эти, где КСБО, ЖК, ЛКГ, это название улицы зашифрованное, я должен подставить. Просто автоматом подставляют. Блин, ну это что-то ультра жестко. Это прям чуть жесткий пазл. Было бы еще жестче на самом деле, если бы даже вот эти буквы слева сверху не появлялись. Я бы не допер вообще никогда. Не, на самом деле я все равно не понял до конца, как эти буквы составляются. Не, я не понял, как это работает.
It's an address. 133 North Vermont Avenue.
Что вообще? Чё вообще? Даже решив эту загадку с помощью подсказки из интернета, я не понял, как это я сделал. Вообще не понял логики в этой загадке.
This is your place?
What's left of it. 32 years of work up in smoke.
Can you tell us what happened?
Our chief chemist, Harold McClellan, was using this area to test the new process.
What exactly is this new process?
That's classified information, son.
Надо было ложь сделать.
Has anyone accounted for him yet?
Надавить надо было.
Not that I've heard, no. But look around you, kid. Do you like his chances?
Who is Tomoko Akamoto?
Dr. McClellan's personal assistant. She came highly recommended.
Опять что-то врет, да?
So you hire a chemical whiz kid and his assistant without checking either one of them out.
Hindsight is a great thing, detective. And I should have looked more closely at their references.
Видимо, улика какая-то была на нее.
What can you tell us about McClellan?
A brilliant chemist. He approached me a few months ago with the idea for the new process.
So no one has ever done this before?
No, but it is legitimate research.
Врет.
So you thought McClellan could do what no one else could do. You were prepared to take that risk.
Look, he was a trained chemist, and his ideas could revolutionize electroplating.
And you would be rich.
I'm a businessman. What's wrong with turning a buck?
You blew up 6 blocks. God knows how many people are dead.
I regret that.
That's laudable.
6 кварталов, офигеть.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nicholson. Can you send us Dr. McClellan and Miss Akamoto's personnel files?
I will if I can
Это
find
пол
them.
моего города, наверное. Ну что, поехали дальше. Адрес у нас есть?
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going? You think McClellan went up in smoke? Or is he still alive?
You could ask the same question about Tomoko Akamoto.
I guess you could. You got an answer?
Зачем это, кстати, показали, когда он писался?
I'm working on it.
Первая квартира.
Well, well. Why the cloak and dagger routine, Miss Akamoto?
Это вот это, наверное? Да, открыто почему? Ну, что-то паршивенько живет для шпионки.
Better watch your step.
Полиция Лос-Анджелес.
You know what this is, Biggs?
Sure. The department gives you one of those when you retire.
Что-то светится. А, такое мы видели в
Looks like we have a
чемоданчике.
match.
Сережки, видимо, да? Хм,
Interesting dame, this Akamoto.
микропленка.
What is it exactly?
Microfilm. A document shrunk to the size of your thumbnail.
Rod must have amazing eyesight.
Щетка для волос, кстати, валяется. Даже 2. Подозрительно.
Probably nothing.
Ну, что-то ничего нету. Что я мог упустить? Ничего нету. Может, соседи что-нибудь знают? Какое-то сложное задание с шифром, с этим. Тут непонятно что вообще. Ну, типа, приехали, и что тут? Ничего нету вообще. Так, а куда у нас кровь вообще ведет? О, рука там какая-то или что это, нет? Нет, не рука. Я даже не слышал колокольчика у холодильника.
I'd like to think you would have had something more to say about getting shoved in a fridge, Herschel. One to the head, one to the heart. Point blank.
Немножко на японца похож.
Could be a class ring. Jeans Lindbergh. Very expensive watch. Favored by flyboys. I always wanted one as a kid.
That's funny. As a kid, all I wanted was some food on the table. Biggs, edge 525. I'll need a couple of black and whites at 133 North Vermont Avenue, Wilshire. We'll need an ambulance in the corner. Probably a team from technical services as well.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247. Messages, please.
You need to call Ray Pinker urgently.
Can you put me through?
It's ringing now.
We're on our way in.
Nix that. I got a message from Lindbergh Field. An airplane tech there identified your part.
What is it?
He said it was a prop spinner from either a Corsair or a B-50.
A what?
Fits over the center of the propeller and protects the pitch gearing.
So it's a military part.
Could be, but get this. The Spruce Goose runs 8 Wasp R-4360s. I think you better get over there and check it out.
We're on.
А этот был летчиком. Вероятно.
You know the way. You can drive.
Bye. Where are we headed?
Workers are patriotic and loyal Americans.
This is a military project, gentlemen.
Can you state your business?
Detectives, Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We're investigating the explosion. We have reason to believe there may be a link to Hughes' aircraft.
I'm sorry, I can't help you there, Detective. Without authorization from Military HQ, you won't be allowed onto this facility.
What seems to be the problem, gentlemen? Hey, Biggs. You're not still with the LAPD.
Afraid so, mates. Can you help us out here?
Sure. What seems to be the problem?
We're working the big explosion at the electroplating plant. Found a part there that belongs to one of your planes.
I work head of security for Mr. Hughes now. I'll take full responsibility. I'm sure we can clear this up. Follow me. It's the big hangar. You can't miss it.
Какая у него тачка козырная.
Who is Mapes? And what's his connection to Howard Hughes?
Vernon Mapes used to work Advice. Word is he runs fuck pads for Hughes' starlets.
A pimp. Earl and Mapes would seem.
Mapes was the role model for creeps like...
Что-то слишком большой диалог поставили для такого короткого проезда.
Good day, miss. Can that thing really fly?
Mr. Hughes believes so. Amazing, isn't she?
So, this is the Spruce Goose.
Jesus Christ, Biggs, you want to get me fired? Mr. Hughes hates that fucking name. It's the H4 Hercules.
You mind answering a few questions, Mr. Mapes?
Call me Vernon, kid. Fire away.
Do you know anything about the explosion that happened at Nicholson Electroplating this morning?
No more than anyone else. Heard the boom while I was shaving. Almost shit my pants. Thought it was Pearl all over again.
Но что-то он не договаривает.
But you had no personal contact with any of the employees. And you have no idea what caused the explosion.
I'm in security. I handle Mr. Hughes' personal interests, if you get my meaning. I'm not directly involved in manufacturing.
А зачем надо было на него надавить-то? Он вроде правду говорил.
Do you know Tomoko Akamoto?
Never heard of the broad. Why?
Слышал.
You don't happen to wear
Как же его легко прочитать?
do you, Mapes?
Sometimes.
С этой мимикой.
I have a couple of them from my days on the force.
Do you know the chief chemist at Nicholson Electroplating, a Harold McClellan?
I've heard of the guy. He was pitching some fancy process to the company.
Блин, а вот здесь непонятно. Ну, что-то он кривляется вроде.
Did Hughes have a contract with Nicholson?
Hey, kid, lose the tone. Hughes has contracts with every plating shop in L.A.
We'd like to discuss these contracts with Mr. Hughes.
This kid's a riot, Biggs. See Howard Hughes? Harry Truman has to make an appointment to see Howard Hughes.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Mapes. Do you mind if we have a look around while we're here?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Want to take a look inside her? And her?
Ну, тут что-то много, что надо, можно осмотреть. Весь здоровенный ангар надо осматривать. Я думаю, надо наверх забраться.
Think that cone could come off one of them?
Is that a Pratt & Whitney 4360?
Sure is. You know your motors.
Do you mind if I take a look at the prop spinner?
We're getting her ready for sea trials, so be quick about it.
What's the oily covering on the metal?
We coat the aluminum parts in linseed oil to preserve it from oxidization.
Looks like Mapes' office is in the far corner. Let's go see what he's hiding.
Подожди, я хочу наверх забраться. Тут что-то ничего такого нету.
McClellan's process was going to replace all this.
Mm-hmm. Что?
Latitude 24 degrees 15 minutes north. Longitude 76 degrees 0 minutes west. Degrees west. 24 degrees 15 minutes north.
Я не могу на 15.
76 degrees west. 24 degrees 15 minutes north.
Я не могу на одну.
76 degrees west.
Богам. Ладно, можно было примерно.
Bahamas. Somebody's already got their maiden flight planned.
Можно было примерно покрутить. Я думаю, для геймпада это рассчитывались, на ВАЗде это невозможно сделать. Идеально точно.
Does Hughes have her on contract to RKO?
Yeah, I bet he does. Let's see what Pinker has for us. He's probably done tinkering with that camera by now.
Ну, пойдем вернемся.
Thanks for the tour, Mapes.
Always happy to help the department. Hey, don't I know your face from the papers? You're the cop that's stripping that German broad.
Nah, I think you got the wrong guy, Vernon.
Когда заходил, поздоровался с ней, вот на выходе не попрощался. Я хочу вот эту угнать. Это какая-то мега крутая тачка. Хочу ехать на ней.
You can drive. All right. Where to?
Какой-то неизвестный адрес есть. Я думаю, он будет не против, что мы тачку не могут.
How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
В смысле в Колымаге? Он назвал эту таченцию Колымагой? Это ж Бэтмобиль с 3 фарами и 6 выхлопными трубами.
I got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the place for me.
А идти-то куда нам?
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Я что-то не в курсе, где тут пленки-то проявляют.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Hey, Cole. You're not winning any popularity contests upstairs, you know.
Where do you stand?
Видимо, сюда
I
надо
think
было.
you're a good cop.
but I try and stay out of politics.
Everybody tries to stay out of politics, Ray.
Well, don't quote me on it, but I'm hoping that Parker will get the job and clean this place up. I have your photographs. You can use the magnifier. There's quite a lot of detail.
Это когда я первый раз открыл, она сфоткала меня. Это было забавно.
Very funny. I think you're right, Ray. We have our man. You take a nice photo, Phelps.
Вообще забавно.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Часы, кстати, с
I mean,
кольцом.
the watch are a match for our John Doe. He's obviously the competitive bid. Can you get this over to Lockheed so we can get a name for this guy?
It's already on its way.
Howard Hughes, millionaire, industrialist, aviator, and playboy, and Vernon Mapes, ex-dirty cop and business fixer. I found a similar tie pin along with a dead guy in a fridge.
Ой, текст это вообще нехорошо.
Excellent photography, Tomoko. So Tomoko had the goods on McClellan. Too bad they blew the place to hell.
Интересно, кто это Томака? Она живая вообще? Довольно хорошо фотик фоткает подобный. Учитывая, что это 40-е, 50-е годы.
Are you kidding? With my eyesight?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Cole, can you help me with a little experiment? Use the eyedropper in front of you. 1 drop from each of the bottles on the desk. Place the drops in the petri dish.
Что-то он ухмыляется. Что-то он вообще неладное задумал.
Those Vice boys get any on the side? I got this guy.
It's okay, guys. Just a little experiment.
Can you guys knock it off? Everyone's still jumping from that bang this morning.
Very funny, Ray. You just took a couple years off my life expectancy.
Did the same trick to me about an hour ago.
So that was the stuff that caused the explosion.
I think so. Acetic anhydride is almost as explosive as nitro, and when mixed with perchloric acid, it's very unstable. It needs to be cooled constantly. We used linseed oil, but you could add any organic compound to trigger an explosion.
3 little drops.
Yeah, and they were using a 100-gallon vat.
Логично. Так, ну чё? Нам надо дом найти какой-то.
Are you liquored up?
That's him. That's the best we can do for policemen in this city.
Адрес-то мы знаем этого дома?
Extra, read all about it.
О, тачка осталась.
You drive.
Шикарно.
I need to go over the case notes.
And where
Where exactly are we going?
Там же просто был номер дома. Откуда мы улицу узнали сразу так быстро? С пистолетами сразу. Бензин.
This place stinks of petroleum.
Avgas, if I'm not mistaken. It's all around the floor. Hangstrom is flying today on TWA.
Angstrom is dead, Cole. Why leave your ticket behind?
Nips is cleaning up.
Субтитры, ну чё вы такие слоупочные-то, ё-моё?
Hangstrom and McClellan are the same man.
Опа-на.
The gas, Cole, the gas! We gotta get out of here right now! Look, by the stove! Shoot the gas line, Cole, we're out of here!
И это сработает? Серьезно? Это было как бы немножко рискованно стрелять в газовый баллон в горящем доме. Это наша машина теперь. Он, кстати, на нашей, видимо, приехал. Ладно, меня хотел убить, но типа мой напарник друг вроде, не? У него тачка-то покруче, быстрее. Вообще не можем догнать. Сейчас будет прыжок. Нормас. Только что-то мы встали, когда упали.
You security men, Cole. Stay on mates. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker. Don't go to sleep on me. Get it close.
Стреляй, давай, напарник, стреляй.
Keep it steady and I'll try to flush this tire.
Ох, что-то это нехорошо. Машина уже дымится. Че, мы догнали его, не? Почему погоня прекратилась? Ну, загрузка, ты чё? Таких долгих загрузок-то не было, кроме начальной. Сейчас вылетит еще что-нибудь. Жесть, вот эта загрузка.
Stop right there. Get out of the car slowly. Fire a warning round.
We're gonna have to go through all the security men first. I hope you're ready for a fight,
Aim at the
Cole.
tires.
Конечно, готов. Опа-на.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Сзади повлияет.
I'm covering you.
На военной базе на какой-то пристреливаются.
He wants to play cat and mouse? Fine. Let's go and get his ass.
Find some cover.
Damn. I'm afraid.
Да в смысле далеко? Я из чего стреляю? Из водяного пистолета, что ли? Я не вижу, кто там стреляет.
Can't drop it. Stay down.
Тут от расстояния урон еще зависит. Ну здравствуй, здравствуй, чувак. А нефиг, ибо нефиг. Думал, удачную позицию занял. Угу.
you're gonna have to explain this to me again. So the guy at the chemical plant, he's planning on selling his magic formula to another company and skipping town with his assistant, but he blows himself up before he can manage it. So why the dead body in the refrigerator?
Mapes, Captain. He was eliminating all competitors for the process. When it went bang, he burnt down the apartment to remove all connection between Hughes and the plant.
Mapes, right. I remember Vernon Mapes. The guy had good, honest cops hanging their heads in shame. Glad he's finally out of commission. I don't know if it'll do you any good, Phelps. But between the spruce goose and half the city exploding, you might just have made the case of the decade.
Ну, это было интересное расследование, DLC-шное, я так понимаю. Правда, вот эта загадка с шифром была какая-то лютая сранью. Ладненько, если я не ошибаюсь, осталось 2 дела тогда. Мы их будем добивать завтра. Я думаю, за пару часиков, максимум за 3 пройдем. Ну и вечерком паролем что-нибудь. Сейчас дойдем до какого-нибудь сейва, тогда надо посмотреть на сеть.
That's very good to hear. And what has brought about this improvement?
It's the new man in my life. He's convinced me to fight my addiction.
Ah, the policeman from the newspapers. How has he coped with his fall from grace?
He can finally see things from a human perspective, rather than the ivory tower he created for himself. It's making him stronger. It's making me stronger helping him.
You wouldn't make a bad analyst yourself, Elsa. Should we swap seats?
We're both finding we have a lot to live up to.
And what is that?
In my case, Lou, he went through hell along with me and still came out smiling. In Cole's case, his friend, Jack Kelso.
Kelso?
You've heard of him?
No, I just like the sound of his name.
Cole and Jack are working on a case together.
Is Jack a policeman too?
No, he works for the district attorney.
What?
He's a special investigator. I thought you didn't know him.
I have never met the gentleman in question.
He has been looking into Lou's case. Cole thinks it might be linked to some fires he's investigating. You look pale, Doctor.
It's cold in here, Elsa. I think I'll close the window. Why are you looking at me like that, Elsa?
You arranged for Lou to work at Elysian Fields, Doctor.
Your fears are unfounded. I meet many people in my line of work. There are many ways that people can be helped. Finding them work is just one of them.
I don't believe you, Doctor. I've seen you with Monroe at the club.
I'm sorry that you have come to that conclusion, Elsa. I've always so enjoyed our conversation. I can see your future.
Сама виновата. Нечего приходить было. У него, кстати, газета, возможно, последняя. Ну, я, видимо, не все нашел. Ой, сорян. Сорян, что сегодня такой коротенький, скучненький стрим. Я что-то не выспался просто. Завтра, я думаю, Андрей пойдет.
I've come to help you, Doctor. To help you cross over. All your sins will be forgiven in the next life.
Это вообще кто такой? Другая война.
It's gotta be one of these places. The arsonist's a bug sprayer. He must have worked at one of these joints.
Так, ну сейва не было, да? Надо переместиться куда-то. Переместиться. Кстати, я хотел посмотреть, у него есть костюмы какие-то? Нет, костюмов у него нету. Ладно, это... Ты чё, руку так и не похилил, что ли? Ты так ходишь с простреленной рукой? Окровавленной. Ну ты даешь. Ладно, все, на сегодня продолжим завтра. Обязательно. Пока. До завтра.